I remember the time that I was traveling by myself and I stayed in this 10 people mixed dorm room in Kyoto, Japan. And I absolutely wasn't able to sleep at night for 2 days because there was someone snoring so loud during the nighttime. And I really, really want to murder him with a pillow. I feel like I probably would do it if there's no legal consequence. That's how bad he snores. That's how much I hated him. Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm currently filming this video in my hostel room in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. I booked this weekend trip a week ago when I just got back from my business trip in Shanghai. I just feel like I needed it. I needed a solo trip to stay relaxing, to have a little bit more me time. Plus, it's ridiculously easy to get around in Southeast Asia when you're located in Singapore. It was only 1 hour flight for me, and then it cost around 200 Singaporean dollar, which is only 115 USD. It's a budgeted flight for sure, but I don't really care about it that much when I'm only going to be on the flight for 1 hour. I did not go for a dorm room in the hostel this time. That's usually what I do. It's just, like I said, I want to be as relaxing as possible. I want to have some time to myself and just read a book in my room. That's why I chose to have a private room, and it's awesome. It's such a cute room. It's very spacious. I have my little balcony, and the location of the hostel is amazing. Everywhere I go is pretty much within walking distance, and I do enjoy, walking a bit because I'm just taking metro all the time when I'm going to work in the city. It's a pretty good so far, and I have honestly nothing to compare. I will put the link of the hotel in the description box, and if you guys ever want to, come to Ho Chi Minh City and having a place to stay, I highly recommend this hostel. Since I am on the topic of solo traveling, in this video I just want to share with you guys the top 3 perks I personally believe solo trips will offer you, and some tips for you girls if you ever planning to do so. I did have to be a bit more selective about the perks, otherwise I can just go on and on on how awesome in my opinion a solo trip could be. I used to actually not a big fan of solo trip, and there were 2 main reasons that stopped me from doing that. The first one is always safety. With whatever is going on in this world, safety is always my #1 priority. And I used to be so afraid that, if I go on a solo trip, the horrible thing ever could just happen to me. Like, I'll get raped and kidnapped and, I don't know, robbed, and I don't know. I just have this like weird imagination, and it's really not that bad. If you just stay, if you stay alert all the time, I'll get into a little bit more details in the tips. And the second reason that stopped me from doing was obviously the fear of loneliness. I just imagine it would be really bad or awful when you're traveling by yourself and you're having a moment and you want to share with other people, or you're doing something unique and you want to, talk to someone like right away and there's nobody there. I always feel like that's absolutely horrible. I still have those moments that I feel lonely in my solo trip. I'm not saying that, a solo trip is awesome, you never feel lonely. That's gonna be a lie. It's just the more often I do it, the more I know how to deal with it, how to cope with it, and the more I appreciate the beauty of solo trip. So let's just jump to perks. The perks #1 is you can be hella productive in your solo trip. If you just want to lie on the beach and do nothing, that's amazing. That's absolutely okay. And my point is, like, you don't need to compromise, or you don't need to coordinate with other people regarding itinerary, accommodations, and destinations, etc., etc. I'm sure one of this situation have already happened to you. Like, you wanted to go to place A, but your friend is not so interested, or you already wanted to be on the road this month, but then your friend is busy. You have to wait for them to clear up their schedules, and or you want to stay in an Airbnb to have a bit more local experiences, but your friend is more a hotel person, like that. But when you're on the solo trip, you make compromise for no one, and that's just very easy. That makes your life so much easier. So that's number one. And number two is that you get to learn how to rely on yourself. This one is pretty self-explanatory because when you're traveling on your own, you have nobody to rely on. You don't even have anyone to talk to. And so it's really a situation for you to kind of figure out what you're capable of in unfamiliar places and with like difficulty situation. Um, it's really a learning experiences about yourself, and it's a very helpful ability that you would acquire in the future and that will help you in all aspects. Yeah, I'm not kidding. It's that useful. The perks number three, which in my opinion is the most important, it's you get to know how to be with yourself. This is such an important ability that a lot of people nowadays do not possess, because we're always trying to looking for companies, we're always surrounding us with a bunch of others, and like we have not enough me time, we don't really know how to be with ourselves, and we're always fear that you will be lonely if you're by yourself. But when you're on a solo trip, you are opening your mind to all of those. You're putting yourself out there on the road, and to force yourself to fear whatever that is going on, like all the difficulties that are about to come and the fears that you have. It's just you finally have the time to rediscover the importance of listening to your heart, and the little kid that is inside you will always want to travel, to wander, to explore, and to grow as a human being. And I mean, I know it sounds very cheesy there, but if you guys have never done solo trip, I strongly recommend you to try at least once, and then you will know what I'm talking about. Moving on to the tips, I think that the number one tip that I'm giving to you if you're planning a solo trip, it's safety. Travel during the day if it's possible. I'm not saying that don't go out at night. I'm not saying that there's supposed to be a curfew at 8 p.m. I mean, come on, we're all adults. It's obvious that predators are more active at night, and also trying to blend in with the locals. I know that it must be hard in some countries, depends on where you go. But in some other countries, you could definitely try to blend with locals. Just don't make it so obvious, like that you're a tourist, because they always are the target of some other people. And if you are traveling in some countries where local women dress a bit more conservatively, I suggest you do the same. Normally, I'm all about, you girls wear whatever you want and whatever that suits you or express your identity, but that's in the place you are familiar with, not when you're traveling on your own in the strange country. And tip number two would be stay cautious on your belongings and on your surroundings all the time, like all the time. It's very easy to say, but it's very hard to do. There's always gonna be the moment that you drop your guard, and just don't let that happen. Because unfortunately, when you are traveling by yourself as a female, you're easier to become target. Like, it's very sad, but that's just the truth, and it's not going to change overnight, so we can only change ourselves to cope with that. Just don't give those evil people any chance to attack you. Make sure that your bag is always in the front. Don't tell people that you're traveling by yourself. Don't tell people your address, and pay attention to your camera, to your phone, to your wallet, and everything. It's very easy to say, like I said, but it's very hard to stay alert. But please, you girls, do it all the time for yourself. The tip number three would be drink to have fun, but not to get drunk or tipsy. I mean, alcohol is just such a friend and an enemy at the same time when you're a solo traveler. Especially in those countries that like alcohols are so affordable, like for example Southeast Asia. and that's where people kind of like go crazy about it. But don't do it. Like, please know your limit before you go on the road by yourself. If girls, you don't know your alcohol limit, test it out. Test it out with your friends and family member, and so you know your limit and you know not to go there when you're by yourself drinking. Not just when you're traveling. Just don't go there normally. You don't really need to expose yourself to the unnecessary risk, right? Regardless of where you are. And I might be very extra here, but do pay attention to this too. If you have a drink and then you leave and then you come back, please don't drink it. Someone might put something inside, you never know. And second is, if you did not see the drink that's poured in front of you by someone, by a bartender, whoever, don't drink it. I'm saying the scenario would be you meet someone in a bar and that person's offered to get you a drink, and then he disappears a little bit, and later on he comes back with 2 drinks and he passes you 1. Like, don't drink it. You don't really know what he did in that drink or what he put. I know it sounds very extreme here, but that's what I do, and I'm safe and sound here. I'm still alive, so that's proven to be working. Like, I always make sure to be 100% or 200% cautious if I could. It's needed. You're outside by yourself in a strange country, just in case. That's my tip number 3. Tip number 4 would be stay in a hostel if you feel like you get lonely and you don't want to be yourself all the time. So avoid like Airbnb or hotel if you think you're that type of person. And if you're like me, you prefer a little bit more privacy, and you can just go for the private room options. A lot of hostel offer that recently, and I mean, a hostel, it's good. It's cheap, it's affordable, and it makes you like get to know other people and then travel together with them if possible. And then it's not that bad. You wouldn't feel that lonely. I mean, at least that's the case for me. But do pay attention to your package when you're browsing the options online. Some of the private room does not have a studio bathroom, which means that you'll have to share the bathroom with whoever is staying in a dorm. If that turns you off, then make sure that you check your package. I also only stay in a dorm. I also only stay in a hostel that has rating 4.8 and above. So also read the reviews on Agoda, Booking.com, and Expedia, and then you'll get to know more about this hostel, like the location, how clean it is, how welcoming and helpful the staffs are, and how crowded the room is, and like that. I mean, it's a place that you're gonna stay at night, so don't be so careless about it. The tip number 5 would just be curious, be adventurous, and enjoy. If you've never tried solo trip before, this will be, it will be exciting and it will be kind of scary experiences at the same time, but it will be fun. I promise you it will be fun. And if you already know that you are not that type of person and you don't want to try it, that's fine at all. People have their own preference. I'm not saying that a solo trip is always my go-to choice. Like, I do enjoy traveling with friends and family as well. It depends on like the destinations and depends on the purpose of my trip. I'm just saying that when I can get people to come with me, I will enjoy the same amount as if I'm traveling by myself. So that's pretty much it about this video. Like, I'm mumbling so much about solo trip and traveling. I hope I kind of encourage you guys to step out of your comfort zone and be on this adventure. I think I'm gonna head down now to try the massage. I've never really get the massage done properly. I've heard that it's amazing, it's so relaxing, and it's ridiculously cheap here in Vietnam, so that's why I'm gonna give it a shot. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.